Hello, and welcome to Quick Charge by Electrek. I'm Mikey G, and it's Tuesday, November 29th. S&P Global Mobility released the new EV sales data that shows that Tesla still owns the U.S. EV market, but they are losing market share. For years now, Tesla has dominated the electric auto market in the USA, starting with effectively 100%. But now that the industry is waking up, Tesla is still taking the lion's share of a much larger pie. In 2020, Tesla owned 79% of the market. In 2021, they had 69.9%, and now they own 65% so far as the first 9 months can tell. Out of more than 525,000 EVs registered so far, nearly 340,000 were Teslas. Narrowing in on when you look at the luxury EV market, Tesla's dominance is even more clear with 85% of that specific market share. S&P thinks that Tesla's EV share will drop below 20% in the USA from the overall market of 2025. For that to happen, Tesla will have to falter, and the rest of the industry will have to go all out. Tesla investors see the negative impact of Elon Musk's Twitter acquisition lasting as the company goes forward. There is no doubt that the acquisition of Twitter has had a direct negative impact on Tesla and its investors. But now, Morgan Stanley has surveyed its own Tesla investing clients for their perspective. Interestingly, a strong majority of Tesla investors in the survey believe that the impact will keep being negative going forward. Analyst Adam Jonas writes, quote, "Our investor survey reinforces our views that Elon Musk's recent involvement with Twitter has contributed to negative sentiment momentum in Tesla shares and could drive some degree of adverse downside skew to Tesla fundamentals." Now, despite this, the firm maintains a positive outlook on Tesla stock, as they believe there are significant upsides based on the current valuation. Tesla has released a new update to its mobile app that enables drivers to view the release notes from a download in the app, so it's a wave of the future. Previously, owners needed to go inside the vehicle after the update was complete in order to read the release notes and find out what it was all about. But now that's a thing of the past. That's actually pretty much the only customer-facing update, but when you look further into the code, it seems that Tesla is preparing something for the cabin-facing camera. We're not exactly sure what this is about, but to speculate a little bit, Tesla could be adding a cabin-facing view to Tesla's Sentry mode, allowing people to see what's going on inside the car without actually being there. The CEO of Rivian, R.J. Scaringe, sat down with Charlie Caldicott, the head of global automotive research at Redburn, to discuss the business. Despite concerns over a slowing auto industry, Scaringe says that he is confident the company can sell everything it makes with a strong backlog order that stretches into 2024. Scaringe said that one of the least discussed hurdles in the industry will be battery supply. Regarding profitability, Scaringe says that it has been a challenging year with the launch of 4 products and scaling production. Scaringe has identified a few of these challenges, like capital efficiency, and is now working to address them. This year, the EV startup has focused primarily on scaling production. In 2023, Scaringe says that Rivian will work to reduce costs and drive volume, which will steer them towards positive gross margins. Looking forward, Rivian plans to launch its next-generation EV architecture, currently called the R2 platform, and that's set for 2026. Rivian is targeting a lower price point with at least one vehicle built on the upcoming platform. The R2 platform is designed to be a much higher volume architecture and will launch in multiple global markets. Following an announcement in May that it would be reviving its off-road Scout brand for all-electric, Volkswagen is reportedly in talks with a contract manufacturer, Foxconn, to help manufacture those vehicles. Additionally, Volkswagen is also considering Magna Steyr as another notable option. According to a report from Automobile Watch out of Germany, the sister site of Automotive News Europe has been in touch with multiple sources at Volkswagen that state that the automaker is in talks with Foxconn to manufacture the Scout. Foxconn is a Taiwanese contract manufacturer that specializes in personal electronics like iPhones, but they recently began expanding into vehicle manufacturing, most recently actually building the Lordstown motor trucks. The report also states that Volkswagen is also talking to rival contract manufacturer Magna Steyr, which, by the way, is an Austrian facility owned by Magna International. The sources say that Magna could potentially co-develop the off-road EVs alongside Scout. This is pretty exciting news considering that just last week, a particular Volkswagen head said that Volkswagen would not be coming out with a truck this decade. It appears that the Scout brand, which is owned by Volkswagen, is still on the table. Lordstown Motors announced that the first batch of 500 EV pickups is leaving the Ohio facility as built by Foxconn. Despite several close calls, Lordstown began production in late September, reiterating its goal to start deliveries by the year's end. With today's announcement, Lordstown hit another milestone. In a press release, Lordstown says that its Endurance electric truck achieved full homologation, which needed to be done before sales could commence. Furthermore, the company has received both EPA and CARB certifications. Lordstown previously said it expects to deliver 50 of the first 500 by the end of the year. The rest are going out in the first half of 2023 as the company raises capital. Vyash Shenoy, a Ford engineer behind the advanced Pro Power Onboard technology on the Ford F-150 Lightning truck, says that the feature means more to him than just having portable energy. Shenoy grew up in a small village in southern India where the electricity could be out for several weeks at a time. In a LinkedIn post on Ford's page, Shenoy explains, quote, "Where I grew up in India, we had mandatory electricity cuts every day. And during a monsoon, we had to live without electricity for weeks because the trees had fallen and it was flooded. There was no developed infrastructure to support the grid because all the power was going to the big cities." And Shenoy goes on to explain that the vehicle-to-load capabilities that he was able to work on for the Ford F-150 Lightning was very important to him. He said, quote, "I've seen the other side of life without electricity, and I'm contributing to a future where we don't have to worry about things like that." Okay, it is opinion time. Did you know that the Lordstown Endurance electric truck was actually a finalist in the North American Car Truck of the Year? I was actually surprised myself. I was at the event when they announced the finalists, and I wasn't expecting that one. This is in the same category as all the gas and diesel trucks, so I think they did pretty good for themselves. I know a lot more about the Ford F-150 Lightning and also the Hummer EV over the Lordstown Endurance, but hopefully I can get behind the wheel of one soon enough to try it out. But come to think of it, I want to try out any modern electric truck. So far, I've only driven gas trucks and electric conversions, but I'm sure that'll change in time. In today's community comment, a channel called Fragrant Asia says, "Some people are thick, deaf, and naive." Well, Fragrant Asia, my response to that would be,